Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with a Warlock run in Hearthstone Arena. We got 3 floating watchers in this deck. It looks like lately my life has been all about 3s. We had 3 light bombs, 3 ogres in the priest deck. Didn't end up doing well with that. I think the 3 light bombs were too much. And then in this Warlock deck we got the 3 floating watchers. That was a card I initially dismissed. Then I got kind of hosed by it a few times and thought, okay, this card's pretty good. Playing this deck, I think the card is okay, but it's man, it's not maybe that great in multiples. Because once you get down to the point where you can't life tap, it's harder to get more use out of it. Now maybe if I had more flame imps or other ways of dealing damage to myself on my turn, the card would be stronger. Here there was an accidental synergy. I totally missed the Dread Infernal. 1 damage it deals to you also makes your floating watchers get bigger. I'll have to keep an eye on that. That could, of course, be critical in the game. Alright, 5-1, we're in the big leagues. We're up against a shaman. Who else? Who else? The Walking what? The Walking Dead? The Walking Nightmare? What is this? Walking? Anyway, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and keep the Dark Bomb, but I have to mulligan everything else. There's not enough going on here. Okay, wow, that's great. So it's almost like too much of a good thing here because I could have played 2 drops back to back. Now I'm probably going to play the Clockwork Gnome up front. That really just makes the most sense. And then play one of the 2 drops. And then playing a 2 drop on turn 3 won't be the greatest thing. However, I could like play the Stalker on turn 3, coin and Dark Bomb, shoot something. It's possible. So we got some options. And Drain Life could get used on turn 3. It's also possible. Though I do have the coin, so it's not likely that this will work. If you're the first player, you hit turn 3, you're applying to the other person's turn 2. You know, you might have a 2 toughness minion, but if you're the second player and it's turn 3 and they've already had their 3 drop, most 3 drops aren't going to die to drain life. Okay, so we're going to trade the gnome in. This is pretty much what the gnome is for. And now I got to make some tough choices. Ooh, the best one. The loot hoarder, you know, it would have been good if I were the first player, but as the second player, he's about to play a 3 drop. So this thing's not really going to trade for much. However, neither is that, right? So yeah, I might as well just play the Loot Hoarder, I guess. And then, okay, next turn, as much as I'd love to coin into a Yeti, I really doubt that he's going to be generous enough to do that on turn 3, to let me do that. Yeah, he's not. Alright, so the Stalker would have been a bit better because it could have killed the pig without dying. Ah, crap. Yeah, Stalker would have been better, but of course I can't play around the Hunter. So the Stalker could have killed the pig, and then Dark Bomb could have killed the Hunter. Here I can still kill the pig, of course, but then I lose my Loot Hoarder. I mean, I draw a card, so it's not the end of the world, but it's not the greatest either. Okay, so what do we do here? Okay, what I'm going to do is think. I could freeze that. No, it doesn't work. I could freeze this guy. No, I could freeze the pig and Dark Bomb this, but then I don't have enough mana to play this guy even with the coin, so that'd be really stupid. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta do things that suck. I'm gonna Dark Bomb this, and oh shoot, I should have really gotten that card first. Hey, good thing I did it anyway before playing the coin Stalker. So this is not as big as a Stalker, but it's only off by 1 with power, and the coin could be useful later. There's some expensive stuff in this deck. Alright, so he's got 5 cards, and this Ogre Brute's pretty good. However, I think I'm in alright shape with that guy. What I'm going to do is play the Yeti and think. I could do a couple different things. I could coin Soulfire, just lose a card, but get rid of this creature, get some nice board presence. I could coin Emergency Coolant, and then try to use the Yeti to kill it. You know what? If you're going to play with Soulfire, might as well just use it here. So we're going to Soulfire that guy, hopefully not losing the Mortal Coil. We lose the Coolant, which is the best spare part, but I think I'd rather have lost that than any of these things. Maybe the Drain Life I would have been okay with losing. So he's got 5 cards to my 5. I've got the lead on the board. I can life tap freely because I'm at full health. I'd say that right now I'm actually in the lead in this game. Taunt Totem would have been annoying to deal with because then the Acolyte would have been in position to get extra cards against my Voidwalker here. As it is, we'll just kill this in 1 swoop. No point hitting the healing totem because it'll just heal itself, so I'm going to hit him in the face. Gonna play that guy. Oh, wait a minute. I had Mortal Coil. I could have actually killed this totem and drawn an extra card. Well, we'll see if I end up having to pay for my insolence. Alright, this guy, as long as my Yeti's alive, I'm going to be okay with him, because I can just kill him. Alright, doesn't have removal from my Yeti. Man, this Yeti was really good. Just killed a big creature, and now it's going to kill that guy too. Alright, so always draw cards first. Let's kill the owl to start. Go up a card here. Nice. Very nice. So I could play this guy and the Felguard or just the Stormwind Knight. Well, let's see what we get for our spare part. Got the Stealthy I don't know, there's no rhyme for that. Stealthy McDelphy. Anyway, we're going to do that. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and drop these two things down. Even though I lose a mana crystal, had I waited longer, the battle cry would have been irrelevant. But I think it was worth it for the extra board presence. So all this stuff survives Lightning Storm. He's got 6 cards to my 6 plus a spare part. Well, actually, he's got 5 in a spare part. I have 6 in a spare part, so I'm in the lead on the board, in cards, and I can life tap freely. So I'm in really, really, really strong shape here. Alright, Geomancer. Well, that would let Drain Life deal 3 damage and kill the bear. The problem is I can already kill the bear very easily. It's the spider tank that's a problem. Let's see, stealth. Darn. Do this, Drain Life. I don't want to waste the healing of the Drain Life. So let's life tap first, see what we get. Bomb Lobber. Well, it would have been good to have at the start of my turn, because that would have killed the spider tank. Unfortunately, now I can't quite play it. So, we'll do what we do. We'll hit that thing. We'll hit this. Play this guy. Kill off the tank. And hit him in the face. Trying to keep this 3/5 taunt as healthy as possible. That crystal I lost actually mattered, because if I had one more crystal, I could have played Bomb Lobber that turn. I would have had 7 mana. Now I'm a little bit the worse for wear, and yeah, that Lightning Storm is going to kill 2 creatures and 50-50 chance of killing this Voidwalker. Let's see if it does or not. It doesn't. That's good. This thing... Alright. Oh, perfect. I got him to waste his emergency coolant. I was not going to attack into that anyway. Not that that was a mistake on his part, it's just I was going to play Bomb Lobber. Okay, let's play the Geomancer and hit him in his face. So the Lightning Storm was a very important card for him there. It's the only card in the game that would have done what it did last turn. And he had it, and he drew it. But I'm still in the lead, so I should be okay, unless really, really bad things start to happen. Next turn, I can make a pretty good move. I can play Floating Watcher, life tap, and give it stealth. So I'd have a 6/6 stealthed. And he would have to work pretty hard. Alright, so I think I'm going to go for it. Even though if I don't do this guy right now, I can play this Drain Life and make it easier to kill the Fen Creeper. I think it's worth it to get this thing. So let's draw a card, beef that up. We'll kill the totem like so. We'll 2-for-1 into the Fen Creeper. And there it is. So there's really no way for him to kill this, barring Deathwing. If he has Deathwing, he probably will win the game. But as long as he doesn't have a Deathwing, we've got a 6/6 that'll be an 8/8. That only costs 5 mana with no drawbacks. And we're going to start to beat some faces. Alright, Fire Elemental, very good card, but I should still be okay here. Still be okay, although how do I kill this? Shoot. Ah, Doomguard. Couldn't have come at a better time. Yeah, I think this is a fine way to kill off the Fire Elemental. So I'm not going to life tap this turn, but that's fine. So we're going to throw away 2 cards. And I'm going to make a little bit of a tech play here. I'm actually not going to hit that Farseer with my Floating Watcher. I want this 1/1 who survived the Lightning Storm to protect the Floating Watcher from the Farseer. Okay, he's got nothing. We win the game. He had Lightning Storm, but I guess he didn't have the Hex. Well, you can't always have everything, bud. So we're at 6-1. And yeah, I got 2 chances to make it to 7 wins with Warlock, which is way better than Warlock usually goes for me, so I'm pretty content. If I can win 1 more game, I think I'll also finish up that daily quest for winning 3 victories, which will put me above 12,500, and if I can, yes, if I win 1 more game, I'll actually stay above 12,500, which would be great. Still trying to make it up to 13,000 here. It's been a slow road. Rogue, alright. Bow be the Rogue. I don't think Rogue is a very popular arena class, so you do have to be somewhat careful if someone's playing Rogue. At this high of a win count, it's probably someone who knows what they're doing. Drain Life is too weak to keep, even though I'm the first player. We got Mortal Coil, which is possibly better, but not necessarily. Don't find the Clockwork Gnome. Here I would have loved to be second, so I could have played these guys back to back. But you can't always get what you want. Oh no, that's the coin. So she's thinking about coining out a 2-drop. What is it? It is Pint-Sized Summoner. Alright, well nothing I can do. She gets to play a 3-drop on turn 2 next turn. I'm going to play the Stalker rather than the Micro Machine, because while the Micro Machine will trade with it, the Stalker will kill it, and the Stalker can't be backstabbed right now, so I feel like those are all good reasons to play out the Stalker. Does she have a 3-drop? She has a Mech Warper, and now she can actually play something else. Yes, she got to play 2 Mech Warpers, which she wouldn't have been able to do if it weren't for the Pint Size. I am in a metric ass ton of trouble here. Wow, I gotta play what we gotta play and just pass the turn. So these 4-drops would have been terrific to be able to play, but unfortunately this was not a Pint-Sized Summoner, so I couldn't do that. Okay, this turn, it could have been a lot worse, honestly. Well, she's still gonna have things to play. Fuck, if that was all she was gonna do, I would have been pretty happy. Looks like there's more, though. She flicked a card. There's a Leper Gnome. Okay. Well, okay. I gotta just throw down the Senjin and pray. This is a very aggressive start for the opponent with Pint-Size into double Mech Warper on turn 2. She needs Sap or Eviscerate. Either one will do the job here. She has a Cult Master. That also does the job, so she's going to get 3 cards out of these creatures and kill my Senjin. I pretty much lose the game here. Pretty much that does it. Is she going to throw this in, or is she going to use the dagger? Okay, she uses the dagger. Well, the problem is I can't kill Cult Master unless I use the Doom Guard or the Drain Life, neither of which is a palatable option. Shit. Alright, well, sometimes you just gotta do things that suck. I'm gonna play that Yeti because the other choices were too unpalatable. I don't think there's anything I could have done. She had a Pint-Sized Summoner into double Mech Warper play, and then she had a Cult Master. I needed Hellfire to have hung on, but I never saw Hellfire in the draft, so that's that. So now she's gonna have a fistful of cards. Is there any way that I could win this game? I'm not sure. I mean, obviously we're a long way off from Fatigue. I don't know how that's really gonna happen. Just gonna conceal it. Okay, she's got plenty of cards to spare, so going down a card to conceal is totally fine for her. Alright, Dread Infernal could be useful next time, but right now I'm gonna do this and play the Yeti. So why that? Well, my thinking is next turn I can do the Dread Infernal and Mortal Coil to kill off the Cult Master, which she seems to be trying to protect. Alright, Senjin and Grunt. Alright, we got a couple different options here. I could give +1 attack to the Yeti and kill that, but no, we gotta get this thing down. So yeah, we'll do this. Mortal Coil there. Kill that there. That's the turn. Maybe I should have hit the Grunt, because now she can dagger the Yeti to death, whereas if I'd hit the Grunt, it could have also traded with her Senjin. Yeah, well, perhaps. Draws yet another card. Stealth, okay. Does she have an Eviscerate? No, she has that. Which means it isn't going to die. I'm really low on health here, but I'm not dead. Alright, so what do we do here? I think, I'd like to keep this guy at 3 health. Or I could keep it at 1 health and give it stealth. So I have some options. I think let's see, Dark Bomb this. Drain Life this. Actually, okay, let's save the stealth for later. Let's hit her in the face. Let's see, I could play the Spider Tank and stealth this thing. Or I could play the Loot Hoarder. Or sorry, I could play the Loot Hoarder and stealth this thing. Or I could play the Spider Tank and not stealth it. Oh man, when you're behind you gotta take risks. Gotta get the bigger minion on the table, even though it risks killing the Dread Infernal. Plus the stealth could still be useful in the Doom Guard, of course, if it doesn't get thrown away to the Doom Guard. Got Soulfire and Doom Guard, which is awkward. But she's a little bit low. I mean, if I'm lucky, if the Doom Guard doesn't throw the Soulfire away, or vice versa, if the Soulfire doesn't throw the Doom Guard away, that's 4 damage, plus 5 is 9 damage. This could be 10 damage. I mean, this thing has to survive. She's got a 9-card hand and needs to only deal 3 damage. This is impressive for me. I mean, that doesn't do anything. Ah, Perdition's Blade. Okay. So she gets to shoot it. Does she have a way of killing this off with 1 mana? Or is she going to hit it with her face? Because if she hits it with her face... Oh, she takes a bunch of damage here. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here. Clockwork Gnome's not the greatest. So... she's going to get me down to 10, down to 8. She could actually have lethal with this giant hand of cards. The problem is killing this would be prohibitively difficult. I'd have to use the Doom Guard to do it. See, can I kill her? Let's see, I Soulfire the face down to 8. Well, if Soulfire doesn't throw the Doomguard away, I will win. Right? Because this is 8. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 3 is exactly 12. Yeah, I gotta take that chance. So do I life tap first? Let's see, if I life tap, I can still play Soulfire and Doomguard. So that reduces the odds of me losing from 1 in 5 to 1 in 6. Alright, let's do it. Okay, here goes. Okay, we do that. And then that's exactly 8 damage. And yes, I threw away the Whirling Blades there, but it didn't matter, so. But technically, if it had mattered, I should have Whirling Bladed the Spider Tank. Wow, I don't know how I won that game. It seemed like the opponent was off to an amazing start, but she just never really turned her amazing card advantage into overwhelming board presence. She just had a ton of cards the whole time. And that Dread Infernal was at 3 health, and she didn't have a way of dealing 3 damage without hitting it with her face. So that was a big risk that I took, leaving it at 3 health, but I think it was necessary to take because I was behind, and when you're behind, you gotta take risks. Alright, so we're at 7 wins. Joya the Mage is our opponent. We have a pretty unremarkable opening hand here. Twisting Nether, oh yeah, that's in here. Well, it can't keep Drain Life as the second player with nothing else to play. Alright, that the Dark Bomb's better, Ship Cannon, okay. Doomguard, not the most exciting opening play, but, or opening card, but that's fine. I've been lucky enough in the last couple of games. Honestly, this has been a really lucky run, I'll just admit it. It's been a really lucky run overall. It's a lot of the wins in the last video, which I do recommend watching if you haven't watched it yet. We're just insanely fortunate. Okay, well, let's Dark Bomb this. I don't think there's any sense in playing the Ship's Cannon. Let's just kill her guy. And then, here I wouldn't actually mind getting another 4-drop. Then I can play the Senjin on turn 3 and then the 4-drop on turn 4. That would be really awesome. Can it happen? Yes, it does. Okay, great. So let's do it. You don't often get to play back-to-back 4-drops with the coin. It always seems like it'd be really cool if it could happen, but it rarely does. The reason it worked here is because she didn't have a turn 1 play. Her turn 2 play was removed. And then her turn 3 play was very weak. Okay, so she actually 2-for-1'd against Ascension and had nothing else to do. I'd say this start... Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'd say that right now I have an edge just because I'm up a card and she has nothing to show for it. Not health, not the board, not anything. But she's still the first player. I have spent the coin. She could catch back up here with a good 5-drop. But the thing is, even if she does, I can now play Doomguard and it's not as bad because... I've already up a card. In fact, I just went up another card because she frostbolted that. She gets a little bit lucky that I didn't get a 3-power thing. If I had gotten a 3-power thing and I could have killed this ghoul, it would have been easy. I would have just played Floating Watcher and be like, alright, your turn. But now it's a little bit awkward because I can run in Immortal Coil, then I have 4 mana left, which is what, Life Tap and Ship's Cannon. Or I could just say fuck it and play the Floating Watcher anyway. I could also play the Doomguard. I mean, there's a lot of options. God, I wish this would have been a 3-2. I think I'd have won the game pretty easily if it had been. See, this would become a 5-4. You know what? Let's do it. Let's throw away a couple of cards. Floating Watcher and a Twisting Nether. Okay, so we have a 5-4 and a 2-2. I'm actually still up a card even after doing that, because the Doomguard killed a card and I was up a couple of cards already. She plays an Azurgic, which is a pretty good move. It'll kill my Doomguard and gets her a card. She's going to Ice Lance that. Alright, makes sense. Now I can't quite kill this because, again, this thing doesn't have quite enough juice on it. Aha, Voidwalker. That's good. Alright. Well, let's do the Floating Watcher and the Voidwalker. See what she's got to say for herself. Oh, God, it's Flame Strike. Oh, geez, I just totally missed the fact that it was Flame Strike turn. Holy crap, that was a terrible play. Wow. Alright, well, it started out good. I went up a few cards, but I couldn't capitalize on it, and she does have the Flame Strike. I don't even know what the hell was going on in my head there. Yeah. So now we're on turn 7. I don't have a Floating Watcher anymore. I don't have a way of killing this anymore. Yeah, this just fucking sucks. Okay, great. Jesus Christ. What on earth came over me? Shit. That game, I think I just threw it away by not playing correctly around the Flame Strike and Ice Lance situation. Had I gotten a 3-2 out of the Piloted Shredder, I think I could have won easily. But since I didn't, I only have myself to blame for failing. Now she's going up a lot of cards. Alright, let's see what this is. It's a secret. Okay, if this is a mirror entity, I lose, but I can't afford to play around it. I can't afford to just slow roll and play the Storm of Night. We just gotta hope it's not a mirror entity. Here it goes. It's a mirror entity. Okay. Well, I had to go for it. Wow, that was a really remarkable loss. I don't know if I've played a worse game on this channel in a while, or a game that started out so well that I ended up just getting totally crushed in. She's actually going for my face, which is pretty risky, but it's going to pay off because I don't have a way of killing this Dread Infernal without using my own, and she's just going to burn me out with this Ravenhold Assassin. Ah, jeez. This plus the Soulfire doesn't quite kill it. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run my Stormwind Knight into this, and I'm going to, I'm going to play these guys, and then I'm going to Soulfire it to death, and then I'm going to hit her in the face. I don't know exactly what the plan is, but I think that represents my best chances of winning, because if she hits me in the face and doesn't kill me, I might be able to burn her out. 6, 9, 11. No, I can't kill her, but I'm hoping she has to hit my 6, 6. Oh, Blizzard. Ouch. So that freezes my 6, 6, kills off my other things, hits me in the face. It's weird. This run, I've like had games where I just felt like for sure I was going to lose, like that game against the Rogue I thought for sure was going to be a loss. And this I thought for sure was going to be a win after that early amazing start, but yeah, I just misplayed around Flame Strike utterly and lost. Huh. Interesting. So what should I have done? I really probably should have just run my 2/2 into her Flesh-Eating Ghoul, Mortal Coiled the Ghoul, and then just sucked it up and played the cannon. Then she would have played the Azure Drake, and I could have played the Doomguard and killed the Azure Drake. And she could have still Flame Struck, but then there would have been fewer things on the board. Because on turn 7, instead of walking into Flame Strike, I could have played the Floating Watcher and Life Tapped. So instead of throwing the Floating Watcher away to Flame Strike, it would have actually survived Flame Strike and kept on growing. High five. Alright, this is another mage. I feel terrible because I have a feeling this mage is actually going to have a good hand, and even though I'm going to play well, I'm going to lose because she's actually going to have a good start. Unlike the last mage, which had a bad one. Alright, well, we have a good start here, too. These are all... the Voidwalker's okay, but these are all pretty subpar creatures. Still, though, it's good to have something to play, and then I even got another playable. That's nice. What I don't want to see here is... Actually, a 3/2 would be okay. Then I had to play the Swordsmith. It would buff this up to be a 2/3, and it could trade. Mana Worm. Alright, that's a bit annoying. For sure. Do I play a 2/3 so I can guarantee kill this thing, or do I do this guy to make that a 2/3? Let's play the Swordsmith. Let's just get this out here. Alright, now I have a bit too many 2-drops. Again, it's like too much of a good thing. Oh man, is she gonna play Mirror Image here? No. She's gonna play Coin. Oh, don't tell me that's a Frostbolt. It's a Frostbolt. Fuck. Ah, God. So now this worm is huge. My creature said I'm down a card. This is exactly it. This is exactly the opposite of the last game. Where that game I had an amazing start, and then I blew it and lost. Here I have a shitty start, and despite doing the best I can, I'm gonna lose. Oh, great. Just lovely. And she keeps on having more gas, so I'm gonna get hit really hard here. And I'm totally on the back foot. I'm just trying to trade off everything. She could actually really realistically even hit me in the face for 6, take me down to 18, be up on cards, and handily win the game. It'd be a blessing if she actually like traded creatures. Okay, well, Cult Master again. I did beat that rogue who played 2 Cult Masters, but this time is really bad because I got nothing. I'm down on cards, down on the board, down on life, and she just has this thing sitting out here. Alright, well, let's see what we got. Got a couple of things to play. That's good. She can't ping both of them. Threatening this Cult Master. The bear is certainly a nuisance because I don't have enough mana to play the Dread Infernal and Mortal Coil. Swap minions attack and health. It doesn't actually help me kill anything. Christ. Do I just play this anyway? Yeah, we're gonna just play it anyway. So we're gonna do that, get a card, battle card. It's nice and all, doesn't matter. Gonna do this, and then if the Cult Master's still around, then I'll Mortal Coil it next time. The problem is, I'm actually really low on health, and she's got tons of cards. You don't want to be in your low teens against a mage with tons of cards. It's pretty much the worst thing ever. Ah, wow, this run ended really anticlimactically, I gotta say. We had all these nail-biting finishers where I bravely clawed my way out of certain doom, and then I just lost 2 dumb games against mages. Crap. Alright, well, let's see these cards. Come on. Yeah. Frostbolt, interesting. Not the best way of killing it. Does she have an Ice Lance or something here? Secret Keeper and a Secret. No, no Secret. Just a Secret Keeper. This is actually a pretty weak turn here, all things considered. So, alright, we're gonna drop the coil and get a card. And think I could either play the Felguard, which would let me protect this guy, perhaps. And then I could also life tap and reversing switch to make him a 3/6. Though I don't know if I want to life tap necessarily. I could play the Ogre, which does not let me protect this. Yeah, let's protect this guy. I think it's important to do that. And then I'll play the Floating Watcher, threatening. The Floating Watcher, honestly, these are just 4/4s. Against a mage, I'm not going to life tap anymore in this situation. So these are just 4/4s. Might as well get it out of the way. It's good enough to threaten her board. And then next turn I've really got to play the Felguard to protect my health, and then the Piloted Shredder.
What to do?
I do have a Drain Life in the deck and an Earthen Ring Farseer for a little bit of life gain. But that's it. I really can't life tap until I see one of those cards. Unless I get very, very desperate. Alright, the Yeti's pretty strong, difficult to kill. She's going to silence this off, which I don't care about. All I wanted was the body. And she's going to hit me in the face? She is. Alright, pretty good move. Now this is a 3/6. It can't actually kill her Chillwind Yeti. So we got to do some pretty crappy things. We're going to play this stuff. Kill her cards. This is probably not going to get buffed. So we'll kill the Owl. Let's see if she's got the removal. I mean, a Flame Strike wins her the game again. She just top decked this, which is it a Mana Worm? Okay, is that a Flame Strike then? No, just card draw. Okay, could be worse. Could be worse. She's gonna silence that off, so she gets a lot of damage through on me, which means I'm just gonna get fireballed to death. Doomguard. Well, can I kill her? 3, 7, 10, 14. 19 damage is a lot of damage, but I mean, I just didn't have enough earlier in the game. We just have to kill all the stuff and hope she doesn't have any fireballs. So what's the right way to do that? Looks like... Well, we have to play the Doom... Well, do we have to play the Doomguard? Yes, because otherwise the Yeti doesn't die. So we play the Doomguard. And we can kill the Yeti. It would be nice to have gotten a Taunter. Or the Rusty Horn and give something taunt. Fortunately, it doesn't always work out that way. Let's kill that. Kill that. Kill that. That. And there's no point in putting this back into my hand. I guess I could rewind this to stop it from getting pinged. But I'd rather rewind the Doomguard to be able to kill something again. Anyway, she wins if she has a Fireball. She wins if she has a Frostbolt, honestly, unless I can top deck healing. She wins if she has a charged creature. She wins if she has anything. I don't even have enough damage to kill her here. I've only got 9, 12 damage. It's half her health. It's not good enough. Because I have to keep killing everything she plays, and I don't have any removal. Secret. Okay. Alright, Bomb Lobber is good to see. So we'll play it. See if this is a mirror entity again. Of course it is. So... Oh man, I'd love to kill one of these things and use the Time Rewinder, but I can't. Because these things both hit hard enough to kill anything that I've got. So what needs to get Time Rewound? The Taunter to protect myself? Or the Doomguard for extra damage? Either way, I think I'm going to kill the Shredder here, so let's see what it gives me. 2/3 isn't bad. Okay, let's go for the Doom Guard later on. I could time rewind it now, but that would be pretty foolish. Yeah, alright, so that's the turn. She can still kill me with just about anything just by breathing on me. She has 4 cards, which should be enough to put me away. That's very annoying because it's going to take 2 attacks to kill. Alright, it's only going to take 1 attack to kill, but 6/6 doesn't quite die to the Doom Guard. I got to top deck my other Mortal Coil or I'm in trouble because I can't actually kill all this stuff. Doesn't happen. Alright, do we life tap here? No. Can I kill her? Let's check. We got 5, 7, 10, and then I can time rewind and deal another 5. 5, 8, 10. I can deal 15 damage. Which means that if I actually get Soulfire, I win. So, okay, we gotta make a difficult calculation here. Is it worth it to go for the... am I more likely to win by going for the Desperado life tap? Or by just, you know, killing all the stuff fair and square? So I could do the 3/3 for the 3/3, hit her in the face with Doom Guard, play the Yeti, time rewind the Doom Guard, replay the Doom Guard, throw him at the Blood Knight and the Croc. Let's get the Blood Knight as well. What's more likely to work? I think I gotta go for the life tap. She still has to ping me. She clearly doesn't have any damage in her hand, or she would have used it last turn to kill me. So I'm gonna leave myself at 1 health. Let's go for it. Senjin. Alright. Well, it didn't happen. So now I think I now have to kill that thing. Or do I? I don't think I have to. I could throw the Senjin in the way and just hope for the best. Alright, let's try this out. Let's see what happens. So if she has removal or a silence, she wins. Like a polymorph will win her the game. See if she has that. She has a polymorph. Okay, so if I had killed this, I would have gotten an extra turn. But as it is, I think my odds of winning were still pretty small. Alright, so the video's not over. Don't turn that remote into your finger. We're going to keep on trucking here, starting a new run. Looking for Rogue or Warrior, actually, because I got this daily quest that's been sitting in here forever. For 5 wins with one of those. I don't have any ranked decks with Rogue or Warrior I like. Get an absolute shit drop for 7 wins, but whatever, it's fine. We finally do not actually lose money in an arena run. Fancy that. Oh, those last 2 games sucked. Might have made some misjudgments. Mistakes, as they say, were made. Okay, well, that's that. Let's start the next arena. Yeah, purchase complete. No rogue. We could do mage or priest. Have I already done priest? Shit, I gotta look at my stats. Dee-bitty-boo. Let's see, warlock. Okay, so all I've done is shaman 6 times. So I could do mage or priest equally. God. I've done priest more recently. Let's do mage. Plus priest, I'm sort of in a rut. I don't feel like losing. Let's just keep the winning going. All right, this is a pretty ass trash rare pick. So I guess we're taking Mad Bomber, though I hate that card. Okay, Cone of Cold, very good. Mana Worm, very good. You know, I'm gonna take the Cone of Cold. I just like that card a lot. Flame Cannon is extremely solid. Polymorph obviously is unpassable early on. Now here, another Cone of Cold. I don't know. We'll take the Antique Healbot. Nice to have that card for some healing in case you need it. Let's get some card advantage over the sort of mediocre 2-drop. Another Flame Cannon. So you gotta be careful having too much removal as a mage. But I'm gonna take a Flame Cannon because now that I have all this removal, I know that I can go for, you know, lots of endgame. All right, I'm gonna grab the Unstable Portal over the Nullifier because while this guy's certainly good, the Unstable Portal can just randomly win you games sometimes. Here over the 3rd Flame Cannon, let's start grabbing that endgame. The Ogre is terrific. And this is a tricky one. So the Assassin, I mean, it can win you games if you've burned your opponent a lot, but what I have right now is not actually burn. Polymorph, Cone of Cold, and all the Flame Cannons don't actually hit the opponent in the face. So I'm going to grab the Arcane Golem to add some endgame reach to the deck. Wow, what is up with the Cone of Colds? Well, these are all mediocre creatures, so I will take a second one, though I could regret it, I guess. Jesus, what is up with the Cone of Cold? Guess we're taking the Fairy Dragon. Alright, this thing's broken as hell, so I'll take it. Arcane Explosion's not worth it. This thing is terrific for finishing off games. The other cards are junk. Now, here's a very tricky choice. Generally, I'd take the Wolf Rider, because it fits in the curve and it adds some endgame reach. But Cone of Cold is just unbelievable with spell damage, so I'm going to grab that to make sure I don't miss it. Frostbolt is awesome, so we'll take that. Alright, here, these are okay cards, but I'm actually going to grab the Elemental for some more endgame. Spell damage or buffing creatures. This deck doesn't really have that many creatures. I want 2 drops I can actually play that stand on their own. This thing doesn't. I'm going to actually grab the Ogre Magi here. Again, making some different decisions than I normally do. Alright, Zombie Chow is tricky as always, because early on it can be terrific, but if I draw it late, it's unplayable if I'm trying to burn the opponent out. I think I would take the Silverhand Knight over the Nightblade, because I'm not that crazy, am I, for some endgame reach? No, this shouldn't be that much of a burn deck. It doesn't have any fireballs. It's nice to have some reach, but it's not like I want every ounce of reach I can get. Let's take the Chow. I could live to regret that very easily. Alright, here, the Faceless is alright, but I'm going to grab Big Game Hunter, I think. Because it fits in the... Well, it doesn't fit in the curve. That's not going to get played on turn 3, but I feel like it was worth it. Alright, with spell damage, 2 sources. Stormwind Champion's alright, but I'm going to grab the Arcane Explosion this time, because it's actually better now. We'll grab the Stormwind Knight for some more removal and charge. Blizzard is obviously great. The other cards are trash. Spectre Knight wins games. So let's grab that guy for sure. The really solid 2-drop that stands on its own, or the extra endgame reach and removal. Let's think. What are my 2-drops? Not a 2-drop, not a 2-drop, not a 2-drop. 2-drop, 2-drop. Not really a 2-drop. I want another 2-drop. We'll take the Snow Chugger over the Warrior. Alright, this thing's fine. I think I have enough removal. I don't need the Arcane Explosion. Let's grab some more cards. This thing's terrific. Frostbolt is great. Do I want this to fit in my 3-drop? Let's see. This is... I mean, you could play that on turn 3. Not a turn 3 play. I don't have a single turn 3 play in the deck. Well, we'll just play Frostbolt on turn 3, I guess. I think it's worth it. Alright, here we can go for the 5-drop. I can get the 3-drop here. This fits into the curve. This is a 1-mana play that would be nice to have sometimes, and it adds some more reach to the deck, and this is some healing. We'd end up into big body. So how many big cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4? Not really. So I just have 4 big cards. I think this deck needs some more beef. We'll grab the healer. And a very tricky situation here. Obviously, the Golem could be nice for some reach, but I'm going to grab the Azure Drake for some more mid-game beef. The card draw is obviously good, and the spell damage could be good as well with those Arcane Explosions and Cone of Colds. I have 2 cones and 2 Arcane Explosions. No, sorry, 2 cones, 1 Arcane Explosion. It can sometimes be good with Flamethrower to kill 5 toughness creatures like Senjins and Yetis and Tigers. And I also have a Blizzard. I don't know, this deck, I mean, if anything, I just misdrafted it. I could have had more 3-drops than 0. I really disregarded the curve, which I know will make some people happy, because some people are like, oh, Boris, you care about curve too much, just take the best cards. So here I definitely just tried taking the best cards instead of filling up my 3-mana hole. Azuruk the Druid. Pretty much always hoping to be second in this deck, I think, because I don't have anything to play on turn 3, and the coin allows me to maybe play something on turn 3 as a 4-drop. Alright, haven't actually played with Unstable Portal much. Let's see if it ends up going well for me. This is actually a pretty terrible opening hand. And that doesn't make it any better. I could have gone for the Dream and done Unstable Portal with the coin, but if that creature ended up dying or being unplayable, it wouldn't have really been worth it. Okay, this really negates the power of Flame Cannon, unfortunately. So do you go for the portal, or do you ping? I think I'm going to ping this off. It's not quite going up a card, because he's got this little dude still, but I feel like that was worth it. Alright, that's amazing, because what that does is it totally makes Flame Cannon playable. Question is, do I Unstable Portal here? I could play anything up to a 4-mana creature if I get very lucky. It's not likely to happen, though. Yeah, I don't think I'm in any rush to play that Portal, so let's just Flame Cannon that thing. Save the coin. Then next turn I can do this and play anything up to 6 mana. That would, again, be tremendously lucky, though, if that actually happened. Alright, here is where I could... No, here's where I want to play Unstable Portal, because then I can Flame Cannon to kill off that Gnomish Inventor. So we get an Armor Smith. Yeah, I'll play that. Drop the Flame Cannon, which does take me down a card, because this thing gave him a card. But that's alright, I've got 2 card drawers here. I've got my removal here. Should be okay. Alright, this is a very strong card, obviously. I think here is where we use the coin at last. Actually, wait, there's no point using the coin on that sheep. I can just kill it. So what I'm going to do then is coin into a fairy dragon. Alright, he's got 6 cards to my 6. My board is small. He's got the first big play. I can respond to the big play, but if he makes a big play first, I'm going to be in trouble. Alright, he's got an 8-drop. Shit. This is an Ironbark Protector. It's an Ironbark Protector, and I just, of course, used my Polymorph. Well, it's the only thing I have in this deck to kill it was the Polymorph. So here, it's ugly, but I think... Let's see. This... That... Oh, man. I can play the Ogre in, and then... This guy could actually kill the Armor Smith, but then the Ogre plus Ping would kill it. Yeah, I think I need to just play the Ogre and hunker down. I think that's my best bet. He spent 2 cards making this, so if I spend 2 cards killing it, that's sort of okay.
I hear you got a problem.
Assassin, and that was another big drop. Alright, is he going to just kill the Ogre? No, he's going to go for the face. Alright, so he's letting me dictate the terms of how the Ironbark goes down. Before I do that, let's draw a card. Always draw cards first. Flamethrower would have been pretty solid here. That would have actually let me kill the Ravenholt Assassin. Ah, alas. So here, I think the most sensible way is just to throw the Ogre in and the Armor Smith in, and then ping this with my overpowered hero ability and hit him in the face. And I'm not that concerned about health, because I do have 8 health coming back. I'm at 22 right now. 15 if he hits me. I should be okay. Alright, so there's the swipe, and he's going to, looks like, swipe my face. This is very aggressive. Alright, let's see if I can make him pay for this insolence. He's trying to finish me off. I can't quite kill him with this guy. Well, that means I pretty much have to play the heal bot here. So he can get me down to 11, down to 10. He'd have to deal 10 damage with 4 cards and 8 and 7 mana. Doesn't seem very likely. Ah, but he is going full throttle here. Wow, this is some kind of like aggro druid. I don't see this stuff. Is he actually going to hit me in the face? No, he's going to kill off... I see what he's doing. He's hedging his bets. He's killing off my creatures and then trying to finish me off with the assassin. And it's actually going to work. Jesus, this guy played it really well. Fuck, I feel like I should have had that game, but I can't argue with the results. Yeah, I never got that other flamethrower. So let's think about this. I have to play that for the heal. Pinging the student would be too slow, so I have to do this. It's got 10 damage, 11 damage. I'm in trouble. I've already used my heal bot and even an armor smith that I got from Unstable Portal. Wow, I'm just going to lose this game. That was pretty dumb. I must have misplayed that. There's just no way that that was the best I could have done. Yeah, I could have kept, I could have kept some of those, more of those flamethrowers in my opening hand, perhaps. So, let's do this to see if I can get something to help me, like a blizzard, perhaps. Nope. We have to now do some ugly stuff. I have to, kill this, play Cone of Cold, and I could hit that with the knight and ping it to death. Might as well. I have all these amazing cards, but it doesn't matter because I'm dead. Even if he doesn't kill me this turn, these things unfreeze and I just can't kill them unless I get a blizzard. Shit. Ah, man, this guy had, what, 2 swipes? A claw?
I'm ready to learn.
The Wolf Rider was really good for him there. Oh yeah, he's gonna get a bunch of students because of that Wild Growth being technically 2 cards, and he's a Druid of the Claw for the kill. Wow. Ah, Jesus Christ. All the last 3 games were so idiotic. Man. Well, we made it to 7 wins with Warlock. Got off to a pretty bad start with Mage, but the deck seems alright. That was just a really ridiculous game. So, it's 45 minutes. Let's call it here, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with the rest of this hopefully not terrible run. Take care.